Hey guys, today is September 23rd and I got a line on a small swarm not too far from the house here. Wasn't gonna go get it originally, but one of my hives is kind of struggling and I want to try to diversify the genetics in my yard a little bit. So we'll see how this goes. I got my nuke box in the back. We're heading to the site where the swarm's at now, and we'll see if we can capture my first swarm. So super excited for this. We'll see how it goes. Hey guys, so we're here on site right now. You can see the swarms right behind me here. I've got my nuke box. We're gonna go ahead and try to scoop them up. They should be pretty docile right now because they don't have a hive to protect. So we're just gonna try to scoop them up with our hands, put them in the box, and hopefully as the queen gets in there and they start to fan that hive, they'll start to just kind of march on in. So we'll see what we can get going here. So you can see we've already got some over here that are kind of fanning the hive. So I'm hoping that's a good sign and these bees start to kind of come back down and settle down. But some of that comb we brought over, they're already all over it. So that's a good sign. So hopefully that stays and they'll start to march on in there. You can see down there, they're already sort of marching in a little bit. So good first sign. We'll see how it continues. Hey guys, it's been about 6 hours. I wanted to leave the box till closer to dark so all the bees would go in the hive. I don't see any activity out front right now, so let's dig in real quick and let's just double check that the bees are still in there, and we'll throw them in the back of the truck and get them to the house. It does look promising. Got about 3 full frames of bees in there. So excited with that. We'll get them back to the house here, and we're gonna try to merge some hives here tomorrow. So I've went ahead and corked the entrances, so we're gonna keep them in there for tonight. I don't want them to reorient when we get them back to the house. So I'm gonna hopefully move these to another box tomorrow, and then they'll orient to that specific box. All right guys, so it's the next day. I've got the nuke box right here on top of the hive. What we're gonna do is go ahead and move all the bees in this hive down to the bottom box. I'm gonna put some newspaper on top of there with some slits, and then I'm gonna put all the bees from the nuke into the top box. So what we're gonna do is basically merge the two into a kind of stronger single hive there. So they're both pretty weak right now. I went ahead and removed the queen. Oh, this is actually pretty interesting. All right, where were we? So we've got our nuke box right here sitting on top of our hive. Yellow jacket. Oh man, make you mad. All right, so for the third time, we've got our nuke box right on top of our second hive there. It's a pretty weak hive. So what my plan was when I heard about the swarm is I'm going to merge the nuke hive, which is a small swarm, with my weak hive. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to shake all the bees in the actual hive down to the bottom box. I'm going to put some newspaper on there, and then I'm going to put the nuke or the swarm in the top box and let them merge. Yesterday I came out and I actually removed the queen bee from the small hive, the hive that's not doing too great, and I'm gonna try to use the queen from the swarm. Idea again, just to try to diversify the genetics a little bit. So let's see what we get into here and kind of dig in. All right, so at this point, the main box here on top is about empty of bees, really as good as I think we're gonna get it. You can see we've got all of our bees here, so I'm gonna take some newspaper, just lay on top, put some slits in it, and that'll give them about 24 to 48 hours to just start to eat through it and pull it out of the hive so they can get together. So we're just merging two hives here, basically. That's all it is. All right, we can see we've got the newspaper on and then not a lot of activity going on up top here. So that's what we want to see. So now we're going to go ahead and break this nuke box open. That's our swarm that we caught. And let's just go ahead and transition them over. All right, I found our queen here as well. She's not marked, but she is in there, so we're just gonna say, hey, we're queen right. Let's go ahead and drop her in, and we're increasing the genetics in the yard. I love it. You can see about another third frame of bees here. Hey guys, so we just saw a couple of different things here. One was we caught a swarm. So very cool. It's my first swarm ever. Had a lot of fun doing it, talking to the guys at the construction site. A little bit of education out there, a lot of fun. Two was we saw what merging hives look like. So we did some splits earlier in the year. This was actually a merge of a hive. So my weakest hive plus a weak late season swarm. Hopefully this hive gets through winter. The last thing that we saw was the actual queen inside of here. So we know we're queen right because we removed our original queen. And we're trying to kind of separate the genetics out in the yard a little bit, so very cool from that side. But I didn't want to mark her in here right now because she hasn't been laying. She's in that flight mode because she has swarmed. We know that she's kind of a little flighty right now. So I don't want to risk losing the queen, so we just put her in there. We've spotted her. Hopefully here in another week or so, we'll check in on them to make sure everything looks good. The last thing that we're going to do is I'm going to bring out just a feeder. We're going to shoot them with some sugar water, and I'm probably going to put some pollen substitute out to hopefully boost them into the winter where they're starting to make those winter bees right now. So with any luck, with all those things combined, we'll have a good 4 hives make it through winter. Going into next spring, we'll be able to boost that production really well and have a really good honey crop next year. But guys, I appreciate you tuning in this week. Have a good one. We'll catch you next time.